Do you learn life lessons from morbid situations? Are you into quantum computers and AI? Maybe you're just looking for your next podcast. Today is the day. It is Trailer Park Thursday. Parallel frequencies. I am just Blane. She is Coco. You are the freaks. What's up, Coco? How are you? Where are you?
Hanging out on my front porch today. Just wanted a change of scenery. See if this was a nice spring day. Worthy of recording outside.
I didn't know if you were in Hollywood. You got your sunglasses on, you kicked back. I see the floral arrangement pattern behind you. I thought you went out there again without me.
That I probably wouldn't, but because if I'm in Hollywood, it's probably for right?
Yeah, it's probably with me for sure. And Hollywood's a scary place. You wouldn't want to go there without me anyway. You know,
It is kind of. It's a wonderful place full of all kinds of inspiration and creative energy and also a little bit of that like thick desperation. A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's there.
Can't have LA without that like.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What have you been watching? What you seen lately?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. We're always watching so many different things, even what we're not assigned to be watching for this show, but I stumbled across Trust Me, a false prophet documentary series or a little docuseries. It's, we live in Utah, so the kind of like Mormon sects of FLDS church and different polygamous groups that kind of live in the Arizona, Utah area. Yeah. We know all about that kind of stuff around here. But I was curious about it. And there's been a lot of documentaries made about the polygamists, kind of cult or like survived a cult kind of documentaries. But this one was a little different. This one was kind of like a couple, husband and wife, that had their own kind of media thing. So, cameraman, and she had a career as a ventriloquist, and she had her own show at one point. She had this amazing career, but they end up kind of getting involved in this polygamous group. They get really friendly. They get them to trust them. They're hanging out with them every day. They start recording this documentary and end up gathering evidence for the FBI. So it's fascinating take on like how to kind of like, they kind of like used this like, hey, we want you to be a star. You could have a YouTube channel. And then they just tell us more about you married a 9-year-old girl. What's this about? So it was very fascinating. I recommend it.
It's always been a fascinating topic to the rest of the world, really. Anytime a documentary like that comes out, like that's about the FLDS, I guess, is it the FLDS or the LDS?
Yeah, there are other polygamous groups that kind of stemmed off of like the Mormon pioneers.
Yeah.
As the LDS church, but FLDS is the one Warren Jeffs was arrested. Like he was the prophet.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I see. I saw something crazy last night by accident. It just popped up, brand new. Hulu. Send Help is now out on streaming. Yes. Sam Raimi directed it. Evil Dead. You know the Evil Dead. We should do that one. Put the Evil Dead on our list. That's a classic we got to go cover. But he directed.
Like, put it on the list. Who's keeping this list?
I don't know.
This list together.
The freaks. I know the freaks want to hear us talk about the Evil Dead. That's a banger there. And Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
Dylan O'Brien. This movie was crazy. It was wild. Like I was not expecting.
I want to see it so bad.
I love the revenge, the female revenge type movies. I've always said that. This is not like some of them. Like there's a lot of twists and turns and this and that. And I was highly interested and intrigued for the full 2 hours. It's a longer flick, but
I believe Send Help is on our list. I mean, on the schedule list. So it's not on the ideas list. It's on the list.
It should be, because that was it was a genre blender, and I love genre blending movies too. Mm-hmm. You know, when you don't know if it's comedy, horror, drama, all that stuff mixed all together, dark humor, like it's all in there. And yeah, this movie, it took me by surprise. I don't know why. I like everybody that was involved. So I knew it was going to be good.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be good.
It looked really good from the trailer. I'm excited to see
Yeah.
it. I'm glad Hulu has it on now. Yes.
Yeah, speaking of trailers, today is Trailer Park Thursday. That's where we play some podcast trailers that I went and dug up, and we react to them. So we hope that you're going to find your new favorite listen here. And you got to think about that too, because you don't just have to listen to one podcast out there. Most people got a whole catalog, they listen to.
I got to line up for sure.
Yeah, and you add to it. You don't just stick with those. You're adding to it. Hopefully you've added hours. If not, I don't know why you're still listening. Add it right now. We like that kind of thing. But yeah, we like to play trailers that I find, react, and help you discover your newest, favorite, latest listen. Let's go ahead and get to this first trailer right here.
Hi, I'm Amy Hobby.
And I'm Avi Zev-Weeder, and this is Films Not Made,
where we invite directors, producers, and writers and talk about their favorite projects that were developed and never went into production.
We did go to Cool Modi with this pitch.
No way.
Hey, well, I want to hear that story.
There was also a great book called My Lead Dog is a Lesbian that we really liked. We considered optioning that.
I remember my agent saying, the writing is great, which I realized is not a compliment in Hollywood.
Just change the margin. I was like, this is my big Hollywood agent's advice? All right.
We're just going to sell this and sit back and take a check and watch everybody else do it.
I would love to have an executive blow me off that much. I can't even get that far. It sounds amazing.
And then we take their original materials, we put it through our own AI pipeline, and we create a new deck and trailer.
It has a new tagline, Rocky meets Moonlight.
I feel like this should be on an episode of The Studio now.
Several biology textbooks will be withdrawn and destroyed.
That's a hard fucking pass right there.
Thank God for humans.
Can I just point out the irony of using one apocalyptic humanity-destroying technology to describe previous humanity-destroying technology?
It's meta-ironic. Then to round it out, we have a quick conversation with our own creative AI executive.
Just a heads up, he does have a heart out today.
I'm tracking how the new deck pivots the tone, keeps the story anchored to endurance.
Honestly, I'd say 6 figures is ambitious for a contained indie.
I think you're talking about a different screenplay.
This is too realistic. I can't handle it.
Could this project be made now? Should it have been made back then? Or are we just giving our guests a little closure?
You're like, I just need to talk to my ex for some closure. And we're like, right,
Welcome to Films Not Made.
All right. I'm a fan. I am a fan. They take these ideas that weren't done, and it sounds like they just kind of do them. I mean, what better way to do it? And what better trailer to play than a show that makes trailers for other shows, right?
Yeah.
Films Not Made, Coco. What do you think? What do you think about that?
I love hearing the stories behind projects, like the creative process that it takes to get something done, or even, and I've worked with a lot of different creative people, not necessarily in the realm of Hollywood or, where it would be big projects, but in the creative, I have friends that are artists. I have friends that are making comic books and making, things that could have potentially launched into something really big. But to hear them talk about how they have to not make their work so precious that it can't be changed or adapted or even thrown out. And I imagine that's really hard. I love listening to people who are on SNL, those that have podcasts or talk about what it's like to be on SNL, because they're creating these skits and sketches that they think are amazing. They're brilliant, and they could bring them to the table, but most of them get thrown out. None of those ideas are made. So it's just fascinating to me to think about what that process is like, and the polishing and the filtering and to get something done.
Filmsnotmade.com. If you're watching our video right now, you can see the website. from analog rejection to digital resurrection. I love this. They got the amateur photographer is turned into the amateur pornographer. Okay. We've got the sisterhood. How to Tame a Fox. Check this out. An unmade Soviet fox domestication series. That sounds good to me.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but look at this. This is crazy. There's all kinds of these that they poodle power. An unmade animated Iditarod story about standard poodles. Now, I can see why they wouldn't make some of these movies.
Yeah. You could see. Not all of them are gold. Some of them are a fun idea to talk about, but not everything is, shall we say, it.
And what about this one here? I Need Love. A bitter rap rivalry hides a forbidden love with everything on the line. And I quote, "This ain't about being homosexual. It's about love." You seeing that?
You can't go wrong.
There's like two rappers in a boxing ring.
Okay.
All right, yeah, we'll have to check that out.
Right? I mean, that Canadian show on HBO with the hockey players is a huge hit.
Yeah. Is that a show or a movie?
Show, I believe.
Yeah.
Haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, I know.
So I'll have to report back, but I hear a lot about it. The buzz is strong.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to our next podcast. That was Films Not Made once again. I'm excited about this next one too, just off the name alone. All right, let's go ahead and fire this thing off.
Welcome to Memento Morbid, where we explore death, life, and the in-between. It's hosted by me, Joanna Ebenstein, founder of Morbid Anatomy, which is an organization and community devoted to these very themes. Every week, I'll be joined by a guest. Today, I am delighted to welcome Paul Giamatti, Caitlin Doherty, John Troyer, Leela Taylor, Oliver Berkman, Pam Grossman. We'll be going in deep and discussing concepts around
this modern American death system is so strangely set up. It's so strangely distant. It's so uncanny.
It's not only a path to less anxiety, it's actually the more meaningfully productive and constructive and generative way to live.
So it was an era that was obsessed with degeneration, with hysteria, with the abnormal, but instead of being sort of panicked by those ideas, they celebrated those ideas.
I grew up as a goth kid in Detroit in the 80s. So goth, I was born black, which I thought that's hilarious.
We will explore the ideas and questions that give our lives meaning. If you could live forever, would you?
Fuck no. Wait, actually, Joanna, what's my body doing in this living forever? Is it decaying?
I just do think it would be hell.
I would do it because I gotta know. I'm so intrigued. What's going to happen? Is there going to be like horrible heat death of the planet, but I'll survive?
But I sort of feel like one of the great things about being human is that we end, and we're supposed to end.
Do you think that the idea of death in any way animates your life and work?
I think about my death constantly, maybe too much, honestly, Joanna. If we are souls who get to have bodies for a little while, I want to maximize that experience. I want to taste every flavor of ice cream.
One of my earliest memories of childhood is a woman in an open casket at the funeral home and being there with my parents. I must have been 3 or 4. And I remember touching her hand and her hand being cold. Although, as my dad would always say, it's not cold, it's room temperature. And just learning what death was based on that.
And along the way, we'll hear some surprising, provocative, and often amusing ideas and observations.
I had an actual ghostly experience. We all did.
I am always and will always be a corpse girl.
And the lady looks at me. She's like, a cat can't look like Andy Warhol. It's like, oh, yeah? And I showed her the picture. She stares at this picture. She's like, holy shit, she looks like Andy Warhol.
And, dear listener, we'd love to hear from you. If you have your own stories, memories, or questions around death, then please send us a voice note. You can listen to Memento Morbid with me, Joanna Ebenstein, wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, man. This is going to be my next listen for sure. I love it. Joanna Ebenstein, Memento Morbid. That's right up your alley, Coco, is it not?
It is. I'll be honest with you. I have a little bit of morbid fascination with all things death and die. One of my favorite books I read, Stiff. It's a whole book, nonfiction book about decay, about corpses, about bodies, about like what can happen after you die, what your body does, what happens if you donate it to science, what happens if you do this, what happens if you do that, what is it actually like to do the whole formaldehyde, process after death. It changed a lot about how I feel about how I want to be prepared after I die, but yeah, I'm always fascinated by that stuff. And conversations around, like, is it better to live forever, or is it, does that make it part of the human experience is death, right?
Yeah, that right there got me highly intrigued to listen to the podcast, because that's a great question.
If given the opportunity, would you live forever?
Me?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm living forever.
I think about the book Tuck Everlasting. I don't know if you ever read that in school. A lot of like 8th graders read it, I think. But
yeah,
it's, they drink like from the well of youth, or they somehow get this magic spring, and they're able to remain the age that they are when they drink it forever. And so it's this family that did that, and it gives you a different perspective, because there's this part in the book where it talks about the mom doing her hair in the morning, and she doesn't use a mirror. There's no mirrors in the house because she looks the same every day. She knows how her hair looks, and she knows exactly how to do it, and there's just no point to a mirror. So it's kind of this like, yeah, we thought it would be really great at first, and then it's been 100 or 200 years, and now we're starting to kind of feel like maybe this is a curse, and that dynamic. So it's a lot to think about.
I think it would have ups and downs just like your life does already.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought on it. And I'm curious, just like that one guy said. I want to know. I want to know what happens. I want to see. I want to be there. Front row seat. Let's go ahead and get to our last trailer for the day right here. This one right here might be a little bit too over my head. I don't know, but we'll see, all right?
To many people, it sounds like far-off science fiction, a mysterious, hard-to-wrap-your-head-around technology with promises of profound impact on society. The truth is even more exciting. Quantum computing is actually here now, and it's already beginning to transform the world around us, solving computationally complex problems that can be too time-consuming, costly, or difficult for classical computers. Hi, my name is Murray Tom, and I'm the host of a brand new podcast called Quantum Matters, where quantum computing gets real. Created by D-Wave, the world's first commercial quantum computing company, every episode will explore where quantum is making a tangible difference today. You'll hear from the industry leaders, researchers, and academics who are applying quantum technology to find answers to their incredibly challenging computational problems. And you'll learn about real-world case studies to help you cut through the hype, separate fact from fiction, and develop an informed position on what this incredible technology could mean for you today. Because quantum isn't coming someday, it's here, it's scaling, and it's creating opportunities and delivering real ROI right now. So whether you're a quantum skeptic, enthusiast, or undecided, keep an eye out for Quantum Matters from D-Wave, coming soon to YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Whoo, Coco.
Yeah,
we were talking about this stuff right before we hopped on today. We were talking about it yesterday. We were talking about it last week, and we'll be talking about it a month from now. So it's not going anywhere. Maybe not to this level, this quantum computer level, but
that blows my mind.
It is taken over, and we do need to get people like this to educate us, the people who are already doing it and talking about it. And this quantum computing, this is crazy. I'll go listen to this. I won't know what I'm listening to all the time, but I like to know a little bit of it, So the episodes he's got right here, some of them are robots for optimized quality control. quantum optimization expert, real world impact. Like he's going through certain things that are. We got Claude bots out here now. We got agents running, texting for us, setting up our calendar. There's no telling what we're going to get into. So yes, I am highly into podcasts like this. I think there's a great place for this. We need to know about this. Go ahead, Coco.
It's overwhelming to me. I mean, just trying to, as I was complaining before we recorded, I'm just trying to set up my email this week. So that's, I mean, how ridiculous. But the world of like cyber, that there's this whole other dimension of existence in the cyber world that like you have to be careful of and you have to be aware of. I mean, there's bots sent out by hackers that are sitting, this is the way it was explained to me, like sitting there waiting for you to make the wrong move or to upload the wrong thing, and then they're ready to take your money and start charging your card. And then just someone tried to explain that to me. I'm like, what do you mean they're sitting there waiting? Like, what do you mean? Like, where are they sitting? What does that mean?
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
A lot of this computer stuff is over a lot of people's heads. And a lot of the people out there that say, oh, they're anti-AI, they don't understand a lot of it. I'm going to tell you, you do need to get educated on it. And at least know what the tip of it is.
Yeah.
Get the tip of the iceberg. Get the tip of the AI iceberg at least, so that you've got a good grasp on it and you know what you're getting into or what the future is going to look like. Just take a look at it. Don't be one of those people out there.
And be aware of the dangers and what you're working on that could potentially leave you vulnerable to something happening that you couldn't anticipate.
And that's it. And the skeptics out there and the people who are the anti-AI, you're going to need it. Because you're going to have to do the same thing that you do in real life. You're going to have to battle the people out there with the same stuff that they're using to try to take from you. And you've got to get educated on it and not get scammed. We all get scammed. We all get sent scams hundreds a day, thousands a day. Depending on how many emails you have, I guess. Right?
I guess.
Depending on how many Nigerian princes have found me today in my email.
And that's not even the stuff to really worry about anymore. Most people are pretty literate, illiterate,
we get
but
smart
about digital. They have a class in my kids' school. It's all digital literacy. They're learning about how to identify AI versus not AI created things, and how to spot a phishing email or things like that. And they're in second grade.
Yeah, my kindergartner, we were watching something the other day, and there was videos, and he saw a dog fighting a bear that broke into a house. You've seen these videos out there going around. Yeah. It looks legitimate, real. And he's like, oh my God, that's real. I'm like, and I'm cracking up, and I'm like, actually, that's AI. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you can see right here. And I start pointing out some stuff. I'm like, yeah, buddy, that didn't. I'm like, it looks cool and it's awesome, but you gotta be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to explain that and say that is an important skill that you're going to need down the road. Especially, like, there's going to be a day, Coco, where we can just type in what me and you want to talk about and we can sleep in. Because it'll do it for us. It'll just put us video and all. It'll put us talking.
I have my own personal ethical boundaries around how much AI engagement I will participate in. And that draws a line for me where I'm like, just have it speak for me, or even writing for me completely. I mean, I'll have AI help me with a draft for something, but I will always rewrite it or put it in my words, or, just get a little help here and there, like you would if you were going to the TA in college and asking, can you help me rewrite this draft or whatever. But I feel like it's a little too overboard for me to use AI in creative spaces, because I feel like, isn't that what we want technology to help us with, is the stuff that we want to streamline or get faster at, not necessarily the spaces where we get to use our creative energy and our creative spark and put something new into the world. So that's my take on it, just personally. I'm not anti-AI, obviously. I use it plenty and partner with it at Prism Healing, but
I mean,
you got to have your own personal ethics around it, right?
Would it blow your mind if I told you that real Blane is actually sleeping right now? And this is...
Yeah, it would blow my mind. A little bit.
Let me go ahead. I got one more since we're talking about AI and we're doing trailers and all of this.
Okay.
Remember when I played the one for us a while ago? Yeah. Remember that?
When we were different people?
Yeah. Not even just different people. We were black. Like we weren't even same skin tone. We were totally. And I still think that that's us in a parallel universe. I think there's a real show going on.
To be honest, we would be cooler. It would be cooler.
Yeah. Well, I've done it again to see where we're at now. Okay. And I gave it some specific instructions. I said, hey, give us a 80s poly pixel, whatever looking thing. Here's our podcast. This is us. Okay. And this is what we got. Now you seeing it, you can see it, right?
Yeah.
You want movies to feel dangerous again. That's the frequency Parallel Frequencies tunes into here. It's for the nights when a horror scene follows you into the hallway, when a sci-fi world feels too close to your own here.
Whoa!
When an old movie suddenly unlocks a version of you forgot existed here. Each episode dives into the films that shaped pop culture, not as trivia, but as mood, memory, obsession, and warning signal here. 1 week, you're inside the glow of a nostalgic classic. The next, you're staring at a monster and realizing it was never just a monster. The detail is the deep dive, the scene, the feeling, the reason it still echoes here. Parallel Frequencies.
Whoa! Look at this, Coco.
That's fantastic. That needs to be our new cover art right there.
That's it. That's us.
Yeah.
Like you can't mistake that. If you see that, you can't be like, oh, that I don't know who that is.
That's me. For sure. That's you. Yeah.
How does this thing end? Let's see.
Stop being background noise. Press play and tune back into the movies that rewired you.
Look at that. Maybe that's our new cover art. Look at that.
That's not bad for a trailer. I'm
impressed.
It's fun.
I'm impressed. Look at how far we've come from that other trailer to this.
It's a little
That's
psychedelic,
wild.
Isn't it? I mean, did you get
It is.
Did you get kind of that ketamine trip vibe? Because like it kept like going from one world to another. That's kind of what the ketamine experience was like. It was like, oh, now I'm in a new space. Oh, now I'm in a different space.
You know what's even wilder is I think that's my voice.
Oh.
I think that's an attempt at a clone of my voice.
1 week, you're inside the glow of a nostalgic classic here. The next,
It is. It's
you're
just
staring
missing
at a
kind of
monster
the
and
accent and twang that you've got.
Got it in there. This is wild. So it says, okay, so that's the style I picked was low poly retro. And then I just said, hey, make a trailer for Parallel Frequencies. There it is. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
That
good.
is insane. Let's get to that last frame of us. Look at that again. I love this. This is like a Minecraft version of us or something.
I look better. I look better.
Me too. I don't look as raggedy. Can you see that they even got the watch on me? Look at that.
Yeah, bracelets. I always wear bracelets, so got that. I don't know what
the crown
where we're wearing there. My
crown.
crown from my photo shoot. Yeah, always. wear that.
Pretty
Special
impressed.
Occasions, and I have a microphone and you don't. What does that mean? Because I like the microphone. I like to have
It means I don't. It probably means you should take it out of my hands at all time, and I don't need one. That's what it means.
You like the wireless mic more, and I like to have something in my face. Yeah.
I am Just Blane. She is Coco. You're the freaks, and this has been Trailer Park Thursday. It's been a wild one. But thank you for sticking around, and we'll see you on the other side.